Hello, everybody. It is I, your friendly neighborhood INFP, and today I'm going to talk about a general outline of the INFP. I will be taking care of the other types in other videos, so don't worry about that. Now, for INFPs, we are one of the feeler groups of the MBTI categories, and we are usually seen as the dreamers, the healers, or the idealists. Personally, I like the idealers, the idealists or dreamers more accurately, especially because, it seems to represent myself as an INFP quite easily. One thing about the INFPs is that we are easily given over to daydreams at almost a moment's notice. Something could happen and that will spark a story, and we're gone. We're not going to hear what you're saying. We're not going to be paying attention. Everything around us is going to fade away, and we're going to be off in our own little wonderful wonderland. This can be both good and bad depending on the situation, obviously, but generally INFPs are head in the clouds, but also very easy people to get along with. We're a type that usually goes off by the heart first rather than the mind, and we are very much the ones that enjoy living life at our own pace. We don't want to go at a pace that somebody might want to force us onto, and we don't want to go on a pace that we think is contrary to who we are. This is why some conflicts between INFPs and other types can come into play. Another thing with INFPs is that because of this aspect of dreaming, much like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
The ice, Jace. She moves like a woman.
I'd like to climb your hair.
Oh, wow.
We also tend to be great storytellers. We tend to be able to tell wonderful things at the drop of a hat. For example, I know as a DM, barely anything is prepared other than names, cities, locations, and even that is iffy at best. Usually when we come across something, I'll be like, oh, I need to find a name. Let's go and find a name. I like this name. Let's go with this one. It's very much go with the flow. We do not put that much order around us, as is a little too evident. This can be also a bad thing because our inferior function requires some order, requires some level of success, requires some level of achievement, and in fact, it kind of begs for it. It's the INFP's job to kind of figure out what that is. And the other thing that comes with us being wonderful storytellers is the fact that we get very easily attached to fictional characters. Yes, like that meme. We see things that are fake as real, not in the sense of hallucinating or something, but like our emotions see it as a real thing, which is why a big pet peeve for at least myself, and I'm sure other INFPs, is when people say, oh, it's only fiction. Oh, it's only a book. Oh, it's only a show. Oh, it's only a movie. Oh, it's only a game. What are you getting so bent out of shape for? We've emotionally invested into that thing. You may not care about it, but we most certainly do. This is a big thing that comes across for INFPs. One of the negative sides, now I'm not going to go into like super big details because I could. One of the more negative sides is our tendency towards perfectionism and procrastination, and usually those two work together because it goes a little bit something like, this thing that I want done is not perfect, therefore I will slack on doing it because it is not the ideal that I want it to be, so therefore I'm going to leave it alone until it becomes that ideal that I want it to be. And it becomes a vicious cycle until an INFP goes like, you know what, screw it, I'm doing it anyways. So there is that, but there is also the thing that with the perfectionism, it can also come in forms of ideals, the ideal partner, what you want to see in a person. And if that person doesn't have that, well, that may not lead into the best relationships. Typically, INFPs are very easygoing and are some of the most loyal types you will ever come across. I dare say, perhaps even as loyal as INFJs, should you be able to get close to either of those types. And yes, I said it first, I think INFPs will be as loyal as INFJs. Because one of the things that INFJs are known for, this will be in another video, is their loyalty. Now, which isn't easily given, by the way. And now, with the other thing with the INFP is that we are driven by our values, which also shows us who we are as ourself. And those values kind of like come together to dictate who we are as a person. And there's always that realm of trying to constantly figure out who we are and cross-checking that with our values to see if it matches up, and then going on into the future and kind of trying to figure out, okay, is everything matching up as it should be? What does it all mean? Why does it mean this? Why am I? Who am I? What does being who I am mean? It is a constant quest for self. This is one of the INFP's lifelong journeys. They will never get rid of it. It is the constant journey of who am I really? They'll get bits and pieces, but that's never enough. It could satisfy, those bits and pieces could satisfy any other type, but it will not satisfy an INFP. I'm going to say that INFPs are generally very friendly, very kind, but they can be given to shyness. I know I myself am one of those. I know, big surprise, the head of, MBTIs and the lead person on social media and doing YouTube videos. You're shy? What? Yeah, because this is not me talking face to face to you. Also, one thing that I want to note about shyness is that being shy doesn't necessarily mean you're quiet. It just means you're unable to take the first step when it comes to greeting to new people. And if a person talks to you, a shy person can very easily talk in a normal or loud voice to that person to have a engaging conversation. It's just they may not be able to bring themselves to go up to that person. So that's something I kind of want to show about shyness that people may not have understood. A lot of people seem to think that being shy means being silent or being very quiet, which is not true. Yes, those are aspects of it, but not entirely. Anyways, bit of sidetrack, getting back onto the INFP. The last thing I want to say about INFPs is that because we are extremely friendly, we can be taken advantage of. Usually that doesn't happen, and usually when it does happen, we become a lot more selective. INFPs are very good at putting up walls. If they've been hurt, another wall goes up. If they've been hurt another game, there's another wall. The number of times an INFP has been hurt or situations have happened, a certain number of walls to defend themselves from those areas will go up until only the most trusted will be allowed to break through those walls. I don't know if that's just me. I'm pretty sure other INFPs have a similar thing. But the last thing I want to say is that we enjoy structuring through our feelings. We enjoy figuring out our feelings, and we usually like doing that on our own, and we have often a hard time relaying those feelings onto other people unless those people are close family or close friends. And by close friends, I don't just mean the friends you hang out with, I mean the friends that will barge into your house and be like, what's wrong, without you even saying anything. Those kind of friends. It is only to those that the INFP may ever reveal their inner self, and that inner self can go very deep beneath the waves. With that being said, that has been the general outline for the INFP. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys back again for another video. Bye bye.